Hi everyone! So this video is going to be my hair care comparison and review video. So the products that I'm using I will post in here. Okay, so that's the product. So as you can see, they range from drugstore hair care to things that come with hair dyes, things that are in your kitchen cupboard, and also some things that you have to go out and purchase from more specialty hair care places. So I'll start from the cheapest and I'll work my way up to the most expensive, and I'll let you know what I think about each product. So the first product is olive oil. Now I know this is vegetable oil, but I ran out of olive oil, so I thought just to have something to hold and to show you guys I would use this. But yeah, normally with olive oil what you would do is pop it in your hair before you go to bed, either wrap your head in Glad wrap or cling wrap or a shower cap, something like that, and you can sleep on a towel if you are a little bit worried about it still getting through. You'd sleep in it overnight and then just shampoo and condition as normal the next day, and what you notice is your hair is softer, silkier and a lot shinier. It's very, very cheap, so it is the cheapest of the products that I'm going to be showing you. I don't necessarily think on my hair it's not the most effective, but it definitely works. So if you really don't have anything else or you have a lot of time, even that's also good to put in your hair if you're going to be cleaning the house all day. Pop it in your hair when you begin, do everything you need to do, and at the end of the day when you're all sweaty and dirty and you just want to have a shower, you rinse it out and your hair's all soft and nice. So that's the first product. And I guess out of a score of 10, and basically a 10 out of 10 or the closest to it would mean that it's shiny, soft, silky, just well moisturised. I would probably give it about a 5 because yes, it does make it soft and shiny, but it doesn't deeply moisturise my hair and it doesn't last very long. Plus I don't really like sometimes if you overdo it, it can leave a greasy residue in your hair. And it is a bit tricky to use, so it's not simple, you do need a lot of time to let it work. The next product is a little bit more difficult to find, but you can find it in some health food stores and some chemists, and it's coconut oil. So at room temperature, coconut oil is actually a solid. So as you can see, it's solid. So what I would normally do is open the jar up, get a spoon and scoop out as much as I need. Now normally I'd use about 2 tablespoons in my hair, maybe 3. It depends on how much I really need and if I'm doing just the ends or mid-lengths to the ends. What I do is put it in a microwave safe little jar or cup, pop it in the microwave, maybe only for like 10 or 15 seconds, it does depend on your microwave and its heat settings, and you melt it. Now it is good to apply warm or hot as you can bear it, and what you do is similar to the olive oil, and you pop it in the roots to the ends of your hair. Now you can either do this overnight again or during the day if you're not really going anywhere or you're not expecting anybody. What I do to improve the actual outcome is kind of wrap my hair up into a bun or 2 buns depending on how much hair you have, and wrap it in Glad wrap to keep it in. I leave it in for a minimum of 2 hours, at least 2 hours, but if you can sleep in it, it definitely does improve it. Now what I find with coconut oil, apart from smelling really, really delicious, it also makes my hair incredibly shiny and incredibly soft, and it does moisturise very well. Now you don't want to get it on your roots because like olive oil, it can leave a greasy residue, so I would recommend not starting any higher up than about here, just putting it on the lengths of your hair and towards the ends, and it does work. Now it doesn't last for days and days and days, but if you did this say once a week or twice a week, that's plenty and you will notice a difference in your hair. So for the coconut oil, I probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. The reason for that is, yes, it does make my hair shiny and soft, and it definitely does moisturise my hair, but it is kind of hard to find, and it does take a long time to actually use. So it's not the ease of use, it scores quite low because it's kind of fiddly. You have to put it in and wait for a while, and it can get a bit messy. But apart from that, it smells really nice and it leaves the hair very shiny. A bottle of like this costs anywhere between $5 and $8. You can pick it up from other supply stores and they sell it in bulk, and that is definitely cheaper, but storage, you'd need to find somewhere to put it. So the next product is something that I picked up kind of recently, I guess, from Priceline, and it's the Ultra Organics Intense Chamomile Conditioner. That's what it looks like there in the tub. I don't know if this is available overseas, but I don't think it would be, because this is an Australian owned and made product. It comes in a 500 gram tub, and it's basically chamomile, so it's a chamomile conditioner. Now the consistency of this particular conditioner is quite thick and gloopy, so it still holds its shape, but you know, it's still quite rich. I have used this a couple of times, and the smell, it's kind of like a generic conditioner smell, but a little bit floral. Now what I found with this one is that it definitely does make my hair feel so soft. The shine, it was about the same as normal. The moisturization, it wasn't as deeply moisturizing as I thought it would be, but it definitely did make my hair really soft. So if you have thick, coarse hair, this might be a good one for you to try. It's not necessarily going to deeply condition your hair or improve the shine, but the one thing that I noticed with this is after I used it in my hair and I let it dry almost completely and then blow dried it, my hair was kind of not frizzy but very fluffy. So it had a lot of I guess you could say kind of like volume, but it was just a bit fluffy. I think it was because it wasn't so weighted down. It was very light, but it was so soft, so it's very silky. So if that's what you're looking for, then this is definitely something to try. This whole tub only costs about, I think it's between $5 and $7 Australian. So it is very cheap. But yeah, it's not really deeply conditioning. I would probably replace my everyday conditioner with this. It wouldn't be a treatment for me, but I still will use it going forward. It's just instead of using my normal conditioner after I shampoo, I'd replace it with that. You certainly get enough for the price to use this every day, and I don't think it's heavy enough to only use, say, once or twice a week. So it is quite light and you could use it daily. Overall, I would probably rate the product a 5 out of 10 for this use anyway. It is a good conditioner, but as far as the treatment goes, the only difference I saw in my hair was that it was incredibly soft and silky, which I do like about it, but it didn't really add much shine and it didn't deeply condition my hair. So that's why I only gave it a 5 out of 10. Oh, and I forgot to mention, with this one, you just apply it to the hair after you shampoo and you leave it for 3 to 10 minutes. That's why it's not a really intensive conditioning treatment, so it doesn't take very long and it is very easy to use. So the next two products are both Henna Wax products. This one is from Earth & Body and this one is from Ultra Organics. And so they're both clear henna wax, and this one's just called Henna Wax treatment. They're both about $5 to $8 and they can be picked up from Priceline stores in Australia. Now the consistency of each product. This particular one, the Earth & Body, is definitely a lot thicker and richer, and it's white. The Ultra Organics product is a little bit more runny. It still is quite thick, but as you can tell, it is a little runny. So it's also more brown in colour, but don't worry, it doesn't actually affect the colour on your hair or anything like that. As far as smell goes, the smell for the Earth & Body Henna Wax, it's slightly floral, but a little bit earthy. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it does smell familiar to me. It's not necessarily a fantastic smell, but it's not unpleasant. It is a little strange, but I think it's just the really earthiness to it. But it doesn't really last for that long in the hair. You can smell it for a few hours afterwards, after you've used it, but it doesn't linger for hours and hours and hours and hours. And the smell for the Ultra Organics one, I definitely prefer the smell of this one. For me, it's kind of like a fruity smell, but it has a lot of spices in it as well, so it's kind of like spicy fruits. Kind of like a smell you'd find in a fruit mince pie at Christmas time, but less cinnamon. So it is very fruity and a little bit floral. I do find that the smell with this one also, it doesn't last very long, maybe 1 or 2 hours after you've used it, so it won't linger in your hair. If you are the kind of person that doesn't like fragrances lingering in your hair, don't worry, both of these, they don't last very long. So for how to use them, the Earth and Body Henna Wax, it advises to leave for at least 20 to 30 minutes and to wrap your head in a towel or something like that, and then rinse it out after that time. So you can glad wrap it, put a shower cap on, or wrap it in just like a warm towel. And the Ultra Organics, or you can use this in the shower, you just need to apply it for up to 10 minutes. Or in my case I leave it for at least 10 minutes. You can do this in the shower, so if you start to wash your hair at the very beginning of your shower, you just pop it in and by the end it's ready to be rinsed out. So for both of these two products, they are very comparable to me. The price, they are about the same. The ease of use, they're about the same. The Earth and Body you do need to use for at least twice as long as the Ultra Organics product. So if you're strapped for time, that's definitely better to go for. If you have more time and you want to pamper yourself, this is one to go for. I do prefer the smell of the Ultra Organics, however I do prefer the consistency of the Earth and Body Henna Wax. What I found after using both of these other results, they were fairly similar. It definitely did improve the shine of my hair. So that's one thing that henna is renowned for. It definitely will make your hair shinier. With mine, in both cases, it made my hair a little bit more silky. More so with the Earth and Body than the Ultra Organics. This one definitely made my hair just a little bit silkier than the Ultra Organics Henna Wax. As far as conditioning went, my hair did feel softer and smoother, but not overly. So I wasn't blown away by either of them as far as deep conditioning treatments go, but definitely for shine and silkiness, these worked very well. They didn't make my hair fluffy or fly away or anything like that. They also didn't weigh it down or make it greasy. It rinsed out very well and they're very easy to use. So out of 10, I give the Henna Wax products a 7 out of 10. They do definitely improve the shininess of my hair and the silkiness and softness of my hair. They do moisturise my hair, but it's not a deep, rich moisturising treatment that I would have hoped for, so that's why it is only the 7 out of the 10. However, they are very easy to use as they can be used in the shower or just when you're doing things in the bathroom. So that is the Henna Wax product.